What is going on? I'm Zedmot. We are here to do a quick tutorial talking about the monthly Mega Crab. I have not updated this tutorial since we used to have crabs every 3 to 4 months. It is much more critical now that we have the monthly so I figured I would go over some very, very important details, try to be as brief as possible. If you have any questions, please reach out to me in the comments. I will reply, I promise. And if I don't, hassle me because I probably missed it when I was sleeping or something ridiculous like that. So, Mega Crab. This is for low levels specifically. It does scale up, but it's primarily for people who are under HQ 19, I would say. Anyone under HQ 19, I think, can be helped by this guide, at least part of it. So what you need to be aware of is the Mega Crab gives a ton of loot. Look how much loot just stage 1 gives. For low levels, that's a big, big deal, and it scales up very, very quickly. So what you need to be aware of before you go into the Mega Crab, coming up towards the end of the month, what you need to do is upgrade all of your storages. The higher level storage you can have, the better. Upgrade your armory. You're always want to have your armory maxed. And your radar. Upgrading your radar is not really required at a low level unless you want to unlock a specific event, but it's a great way to spend that gold to open those clouds. You're going to open them anyways, so you might as well upgrade your armory before the Mega Crab starts. Third, but not least, the Hero Hut. This is also a great way to spend your gold. Use that Mega Crab gold, get your heroes up. The faster you get your heroes up, the better off you're going to be. Heroes are just a huge way to make the game easier for low-level players. If you can get Kavan, Brick, or even Everspark, who I just unlocked in this account, upgraded, you're going to have huge benefits. You're going to open up new abilities, and it's going to be a boon to your base. Now, if you have to choose between upgrading your armory or your radar, always the armory, unless it's during the Mega Crab. You probably don't want to upgrade your armory during the Mega Crab because then you can't actually spend the gold to upgrade things inside the armory. If you upgrade your radar, you can still open clouds while your armory's upgrading. While your radar's upgrading. My apologies, slip of the tongue there. Anyways, moving right along, how do you get the Mega Crab? In order to get the Mega Crab, you have to beat Dr. Terror's Tropical Island. It's HQ level 10, it gives you all sorts of resources, and you have to be HQ level 7. Very simple stuff. It's somewhere up in this area of your base, and you want to beat that anyways, because that way it gives you purple stones twice a week. Huge boost to your base as well. I have a guide on that. Check the cards. It'll show you how to beat it. Now, statues. Purple and reds are critical for everything fun in this game. If you have blues, if you have greens, I highly suggest throwing them in the garbage because at a low level, blue statues do absolutely nothing for you, and green statues are the same thing. Green statues reward not playing the game, whereas purple and red reward playing, and it makes playing more fun and easier. So get yourself a resource reward statue, get yourself some GBE statues, that means gunboat energy, and some troop damage or troop health. My statues, I think, they're fairly terrible statues, but they do the job very well and make my attacks pretty darn good. So, boats. When it comes to the Mega Crab, this resource boat can hold unlimited resources. In approximately March 2018, they removed a cap. So one thing you want to never ever do during the Mega Crab is touch this boat. If you touch this boat during the Mega Crab, you're just wasting resources. Do not do it. Also, this boat, the trader, by all means, please buy the free trader crate, but do not spend any more trader tokens during the Mega Crab, because all that's going to do is give you more resources when you already have basically infinite resources from the Mega Crab. Speaking of infinite resources, sorry, I'm moving very quickly. Again, hit me up in the comments if you have any questions. I highly suggest buying the extra builders. Typically, you can get 2 Mega Crab for $4. If you plan it right, have a look. Mega Crab starts the last Friday of every month. Check that date and maybe plan your purchase accordingly for $4. I mean, steal $4 from your mom's purse, take some bottles back, whatever it takes. It's a very good purchase. It helps you upgrade very, very quickly. And the higher level you get, things tend to get to be a lot more fun. So instant training, not as big a deal for low level Mega Crab. It is great. I do love it, but the second builder is fantastic, and I highly, highly recommend it. And no, I'm not getting paid to say that. I just honestly do believe that. Moving right along, what are we going to look at? So I'm going to show you some attacks here. We'll go over my basic attacks, and I'll show you what I do to beat some levels. Maybe I can help you get yourself a stone trophy or an iron gunboat trophy. By the way, I like lining up my stone trophies so they actually use the boulders and stones near them. Looks kind of neat, like there's some trophies going to be built out of those. Doesn't matter. Just, I think it's kind of neat. Okay, so as we talked about, these Mega Crab levels give tons and tons of loot, but there's 40 of them. 40 attacks is a ton of attacks for low levels, especially when you do not have instant training, because it means you're going to be waiting somewhere between 6 and 20 minutes for your troops to load, maybe even longer if you're a slightly higher level. So it's not necessarily a great idea to use all your troops or to lose all your troops, because it's just going to be too slow and tedious, and it's going to cause you pain, and you're probably not going to use all the attacks anyways. So if you're just looking to simply get some upgrades in, use your attacks wisely. I'm going to go quickly over some of my attacks, and I'll hopefully that will show you what I'm talking about. As you can see here, stage 19 took me 5 attacks. Now, I did not spend any powder on this. I did not boost any statues on this. I just kind of dropped my troops, let them clear some stuff, and then came back a few minutes later and did it again. So as you can see here, I only had 36 Zookas loaded. I could have had as many as 54. We dropped my troops. Let's see what we did here. So now, next of all, cryo bombs. Cryo bombs are very, very dangerous for low levels. You want to pop them before your troops get anywhere near them. Otherwise, they're going to kill your troops. It's that simple. So you'll notice here, I'm going to watch this at 2x mode. We use Everspark, hack the rocket launcher. That makes things so much easier. We walk over here, hack the other rocket launcher, and now we have no splash defenses anywhere near. We can drop our Zookas at shore. Now, as far as troops that I recommend for the Mega Crab, Zookas with rifles and medics. For low levels, if you have grenadiers, by all means use them. It doesn't necessarily play well toward low-level tanks, because all of these sorts of buildings, the boom cannons, the snipers, they're all going to kill your tanks with one shot, generally. So you usually want to get rid of some of the splash defenses, use your gunboat energy to get rid of the ones that are farther away from you, and then use your single-shot troops to come in and take out some buildings. We're just basically clearing the shore. You'll notice that now we can drop our troops without having to worry about those rocket launchers attacking us. Then we move on to attack number 2. Actually used full boats on this one. Dropping Everspark again. If you have Everspark Universal Remote, it does great things for you, but you have to be XP 37 for that. And you have to have Everspark on level 3. So not everyone is going to be able to use this ability. If you can, please use it. This ability is just so critical, and it makes a world of difference. It helps in operation attacks, it helps in player versus player attacks, and against the Mega Crab, as you can see here, we've removed rocket launchers with it, we removed shock launchers with it, and it just works so well. All Zookas is not a terribly strong Mega Crab troop composition, but by removing rocket launchers, by removing shock launchers, we get it down pretty easily. Now, should I have retreated here? Probably, but I was just trying to get stage 19 down as fast as I could. Now, this is the most important thing you'll see here. You'll notice I did not even use any troops here. Sometimes, if a stage looks too difficult, just use your gunboat energy. Just use Everspark. Get things started. Perhaps remove some mines. Perhaps remove the shock launcher like I did here. And then retreat. You don't have to drop troops every single attack. Using your gunboat energy can save you a lot of time, can save you a lot of pain, and it can save you it saves you mentally. I mean, it really, really sucks to fail over and over again, but just walking your troops in, removing a couple things, and then running away can be the best strategy possible for low levels, because 40 attacks, you don't need to use them all. It's not like you're trying to get the gold statue or the diamond statue. You're probably just trying to get some big upgrades in, or perhaps maybe you're trying to get to that iron trophy or something along those lines. So again, my boats are not full here. All we're doing is clearing some mines. We're bringing Everspark out. Now, Everspark, even if you're not using the universal remote, is very, very helpful. She's dropping critters. Now, Sergeant Brick is probably not the best hero for you when you're attacking the Mega Crab. Dr. Kavan adds some healing. Everspark adds some critters. But Brick usually is not all that strong for the Mega Crab, just because she just has a shorter range and tends to run forward and get shot in the face. So maybe avoid using Brick. Now, you'll notice there towards the end of that attack, I'm using my gunboat energy where I want to end up. I'm not using it directly in front of me. My troops can get the stuff that's over here. I need to use my gunboat energy behind the core where I want to end up. So plan your attacks, look around, try and figure out where you can make a blind spot, where you can make a spot where you can put your troops. And then for my last hit, we come in and finish off the base. How I do this, I don't know. I haven't watched this attack in months, but we're going to give it a shot and see just how this goes down. So taking up the mortars. Now, removing mortars, removing rocket launchers, removing shock launchers, Zookas versus flamethrowers is not a fair fight. Zookas outrange flamethrowers, so if you can let your Zookas wander, your Zookas will remove every single flamethrower, and you don't need to use any sort of shocks. You just let them walk around. Make sure you avoid the mines here. And then because that rocket launcher behind core is gone, we can just walk up and remove the core. We've made ourselves a nice little hidey hole here. Nothing can range us, and down goes the core. So try your best to plan where you're going, see what you want to do, and use your attacks when you need them. So that means right about now, I've got 16 minutes left on my landing craft upgrade. Now is a great time to start attacking, because in 16 minutes, I'll be able to spend a whole bunch of resources, get a big upgrade started, unless you have the second builder, of course. If you have the second builder, you need to be a little bit more aware. You need to see if you have one upgrade going or if you have two. Hopefully that all makes sense. I just touched my resource boat. Big no. Try not to do that. I touch it all the time and I can't stop myself from doing it. But that's primarily it. I hope that makes sense. I hope that helps you get further in the Mega Crab than you have in past Mega Crabs. The next Mega Crab is coming on March the 1st. And almost forgot one last very, very critical thing. The Mega Crab only comes once every 20-25 days. So there is a trick to spreading out the loot the Mega Crab can give you, and it's super, super important, and it's very, very, very easy. Obviously, the trader, yes. The resource boat, yes. But check out the resources that these players have. If you scout them during the Mega Crab, and they have like no resource, like this person has 48,000 gold, 61,000 stone, not all that great. I'm going to hit the find new opponent button. Make sure you press the find new opponent button on every single low resource base that you have during the Mega Crab. Then if they have good resources, make sure you throw a note in there. Yes, perfect. That is good. Keep that one. Then go through all the rest of your bases and find new opponent. Find new opponent is the most important button you can push during the entire Mega Crab. Actually, it's the second most important. The most important is actually the scout. If you click find new opponent, where is another base? If you click find new opponent and then don't scout that base, you're not going to get their resources from during the Mega Crab. When you scout, that's how it figures out how many resources you get. It's based on right now. So click scout, see how many resources they have, and if they're good, throw some sort of note in. Awesome. If they're bad, maybe throw in a tier or something, and then recycle them during the Mega Crab. Do that during the Mega Crab, and then you can line yourself up for big upgrades for days or weeks after the Mega Crab. I hope that makes sense. Again, if you have any questions about that, please do let me know. Find new opponent and then scout mid Mega Crab. It will make your Mega Crab life go so much better. That's it. That's all. I'm Zedmont. This was your low-level Mega Crab guide. Please do check the comments. I've probably forgotten at least 3 things on my 20-item checklist, so please do check the comments. If I've misspoken or you have a question, again, hit me up in the comments. I will reply. I basically guarantee it. Otherwise, thanks for coming in. I'm Zedmont. This was your low-level Mega Crab tutorial. Thanks for coming in. Peace.